that she is objectifying this black baby that she wants to have. Why not just say, I want your baby? Why not just say, I want a beautiful baby? Why not just say, I want Shannon Sharpe's baby?
Because it's not about having a baby. It's not about loving that baby. It's about using the baby as a way to control, manipulate Shannon Sharpe to get money out of him. Whether that be through a marriage or relationship, or that be through taking him through divorce court afterwards, or whether that be doing what she's doing now, which is taking him to court without even having to even have the baby. Even if Shannon Sharpe is innocent, okay, potentially he will still pay her a load of money, a boatload of money, just to keep it quiet and get rid of this off of his case and just keep it clean. Okay, so what we need to realize is there's a high potential this 19-year-old girl will make more money than most of us will make in our entire lifetimes by the time she's 19 or 20. Wow. I've worked hard my entire life, and here this 19-year-old girl, just for having sex a number of times. Let's say that Shannon Sharpe's innocent. Let's take that as an example. All she had to do was engage with a rich man, rely on his name, and take him down. And she's richer than most of us. She will see more money before she's even hit 20 than most of us will see in our entire lifetime. Working 9 to 5 in a job that we hate, around people that we hate, with a boss we despise, she will make more money than us. All for a little bit of sex. Is it worth it? Hell no.
No, I want you to put a big black baby in me.
She don't even like the baby. She don't like the potential baby. She's just using the child as an asset. And in this way, women are way smarter than men, because at least women know what assets are. And to have a baby with a rich man, a successful, rich, famous man, is an asset, because some way or another, you're going to get money out of him. Whether that be getting child support, whether that marrying him, divorcing him, or whether dragging him down like this. Some way or another, when you're dealing with a man like this and you have a baby with them, you're going to get money out of it. But men, we're too dumb. We don't know what asset is. We go and buy stupid cars, and we call that asset. We go and buy a house and we live in it and we call that an asset. But women, they know exactly where the money is. And that's where a lot of women are smarter than men. I got to say it. Emotionally speaking, women are just way smarter than men, because here we have this 19-year-old girl playing the game hard and taking down this almost 60-year-old man down with logic and intellect and bringing him down to his knees at 19, barely hitting 20. Regardless if she is lying or not about these allegations, she right now is winning this game. And that's what we got to realize about life, guys. It's not always about right or wrong, okay? And this is where men get it so wrong. We always think so logically. Being right doesn't mean that you're going to get the result that you're looking for. It was wrong for us to be enslaved. Did we still get enslaved? Yes. It is wrong for certain people to treat us in a bad way. Will they still treat us in a bad way? Yes. Being wrong and right in a lot of situations is irrelevant. What is relevant is the result. And right now, this little 19-year-old girl is taking down a successful man who has worked hard to build himself to where he is. And guess who's taking him down? A girl who has barely reached 20.
She's almost calling him ugly. And she's almost calling the baby ugly too.
Not almost,
but what
she
I
is.
want black men to
She don't care about that
understand,
baby.
not that black is ugly for us, Art, that the white power structure involved itself in this lawsuit. People are asking whether or not I believe the elites of the world put themselves or had some influence on this case.
100%.
And I believe they did, Art.
100%,
I'm going to tell
bro.
you why. Gabriella allegedly told Shannon, let's back up. She sent Shannon a text, Art, and she said, I need $10,000. She sends Shannon a PayPal link for $10,000. Uncle Shay Shay says, I don't hit the Cash App. I got 10 grand for you when I see you. Gabriella says, I need it now. I'm
Got
broke.
played.
Uncle
Getting played.
Shay said, I'm not sending you no money electronically. 10K when I see you.
Mad.
So guess what she does, Art?
Mad.
Gabriella tells Shannon, take a picture of the 10,000 in Texas.
She's getting them good.
Guess what she was doing, Art? When she asked Shannon Sharpe to send her a picture of the $10,000, she was setting him up right then. She was setting him up with the 10.
The 19-year-old is outsmarting the 50-something-year-old. Mad.
Okay, what do I mean, Art? Prostitution is illegal in Clark County, Nevada. Prostitution is illegal in most states.
And he's falling for it.
So
He fell
the
for it.
reason she wanted Shannon Sharpe to send her a picture of the money so she could have him arrested for solicitation of prostitutions. She plays dirty, brother. She plays dirty.
And she plays smarter. Because again, it's not about whether she is wrong or right. She's playing the game of court way better than Shannon Sharpe. Because it just looks dodgy. For a 50-something-year-old man to be sending a 90-year-old a picture of money transfer, and saying that you might send it, it sounds like prostitution. It's all about what it looks like when it comes to court and the social media.
Lining up her ducks already when she said, send me what black man you know, Art?
She's ordering the game.
A 19-year-old OnlyFans Snow Bunny a picture of $10,000. You know what that looks like? It looks like I'm paying you for sex.
Absolutamente.
That's prostitution.
Cierto.
Puffy is being accused of that. R. Kelly was convicted of that. And the other thing she tried to get him on, Art, is the Mann Act. The Mann Act is a federal law that makes it illegal to transport women across state lines for purposes of sex. When Shannon Sharpe relocated to Las Vegas from Los Angeles, she followed him. When Shannon Sharpe relocated from California to Nevada, she followed him. If she could show that she was paid to cross state lines to have sex,
She got a case.
with this ex-NFL
Then she's got a
superstar,
case.
he could be accused of breaking federal law.
Regardless if it's true or not.
The Mann Act, Art, was created in 1910. And guess why the federal government created the Mann Act? To try to incarcerate the first black heavyweight champion, Jack Johnson. She was playing dirty. But Shannon didn't fall for it. So guess what she does? She decides, I'm going to record the next sex act that we have. And when I record the next sex act that we have, I'm going to engineer this, allegedly, I'm going to engineer this to make it look like he SA'd me.
So much risk. So much risk when you're dating women without commitment and not giving them a fair return on what they're doing for you. Because there's just so many ways it could F up in her favor and not yours. Because what you got to realize is there's just so many ways for women to flip the script on us. And there's very little ways for us to do it the other way. And we don't want to do it anyway, to be honest with you, because we get nothing out of it. And truthfully speaking, there is no way to fully 100% protect yourself from these sorts of allegations with any woman, even if you're married to someone that you loved and cared for, because life happens, shit can change. She might change the way she views you like that and then start starting mad on you. But that being said, there's ways to limit the chances of that happening to you. 1, finding a person from your own race. 2, finding a person from the same religion as you. 3, finding someone from the same religion as you, where you're all family, friends, everything's intertwined. And 4, looking after and caring for your woman, both emotionally and financially. If you do all of those things, there's a very, 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 very low chance that these things will happen to you. Especially if you become successful, which is rare for most men, but you become successful and you do not make use of the privileges that open up to you, like cheating on your wife once you become rich, like cheating on your wife with a younger woman once you become rich, or divorcing your wife and then dating a younger woman that barely knows you. I know this is so hard because we become successful for the rewards, right? We want to get the nice car, the nice house, the nice girls, But the moment you start indulging in these things is the moment that you begin your downfall.
She videos it, and allegedly, this video, the audio, has her telling him to stop. He allegedly doesn't stop. But guess what?
It's BDSM.
When you listen to this, it sounds as if he could very well be continuing because she is a BDSM freak.
It's BDSM. And that's why I will never have BDSM with no woman. Never. Because part of BDSM is enjoying the fact that they won't stop. It's a bit messed up, really. And I'm not even into it at all. But I'm saying, even if I was into it, I'm not doing it because it could easily look as bad as this.
If you are normal,
Why risk it? Why? There's things that you've got to risk in life, but things like this, when you're dealing with women, never risk when it comes to women. There's two things that can easily make you lose everything. One is health. You become sick, you get cancer, you crash your car and you break your bones, you lose everything. Fine. But the other way you can lose everything is by the hands of a deceitful, lying woman. And you do not have the tools to know who that could be. Because yeah, you can spot them now, but if you do all the wrong moves, treat a woman badly, she could become and turn into that deceitful woman. Be careful, man. This game ain't a joke.
normally having aggressive sex art, if you are normally having bondage and domination in submissive sex, if you are having sadomasochistic sex,
Then it looks normal.
how do you know when it's sex? And how
Correct.
do you know when it's assault?
Correct, especially to the
When
courts.
does the sex stop and when does the assault begin? And it appears to
The lines are very blurry. And the lines will always be blurry through sex because there's no like, sign here before we have sex tonight, babe. There's never like some sort of terms and conditions that you kind of sign your paper and you get going with it. The lines of sex will always be blurry. Always. But it's even more blurry when you're into this BDM shit.
she didn't have a problem with him sodomizing her. She had a problem with him not using a condom when he did it. But then my question becomes, if y'all were already having unprotected sex for nearly 2 years,
Why do you care?
why did you need him to wear a condom this time?
Because now the aim of the game isn't to get a baby to get money for him. The aim of the game is to take him down in court through this way of doing things like he's doing right now.
I'll tell you why she needed him to wear a condom this time, Art, because she was setting him up, as he rightfully said, for the shakedown. For the shakedown. So first of all, Art, she wanted a baby out of Shannon because for a snow bunny dating a wealthy black man, a baby is financial insurance.
Correct.
For a snow bunny dating a successful black man, the mixed race baby, the big black baby, is my financial insurance.
Correct.
She thought Shannon Sharpe was into her until the infamous Instagram Live scandal. You remember
That's
that?
where he went
When
wrong.
Shannon Sharpe was caught on tape banging out a snow bunny on Instagram Live. He claimed he didn't
This guy's risking it for the biscuit, man. Many times over. So it's not even just this girl. There's others. And if you're making it look like you're promising one girl a relationship with babies and marriage and relation, all this kind of thing, but then you're banging some other girl randomly, she's going to want revenge. You've got to play this better, man.
put the Instagram Live on, we will never know the story, but that ain't the point. The point, Art, is she was looking for a baby until Shannon cheated on her with the Instagram Live scandal. Everything changed after the Instagram Live, Art.
She wants a return on investment. The same way when you invest in something, you want return for your money. You don't want to go broke doing what you're doing and you're investing all this money into something. You want a return. So now she's going to find it some other way. Wow.
Everything changed. She went from wanting to be a baby mama to being an extortionist. Because after that,
And both options are going to make her rich. Both. I can almost guarantee it right now. She will get at least a couple $1 million out of this. At least. Whereas you boys, you only have one way to become rich, become successful. And it's so hard to do that. The chances are so low. But she is in a position after dealing with him in a position where no matter what way she wanted to pull it, she has the potential to make loads of millions of dollars. You need to realize that this is the two different games that men or women are playing. You've got to make your money one way, become successful, becoming known, becoming famous, becoming great at what you do. Her, no, imagine being in a position where no matter how you play it, you can win. That is not an option that men will ever be in. Unless you come from a privileged family or something, or from the aristocracy. 99.99% of men will never ever be in a position where no matter which way you go, there's a winning way. Wow. Amazing. I couldn't even dream of it.
Became all about the money. She told Shannon.
It was already about the money.
She said, I know you missed this big, juicy booty. I don't know what booty she talking about, Art, because I didn't see no booty.
Me neither.
I saw 2 pale, ashy, extra flat buttermilk biscuits. I don't know what
Buttermilk
booty
biscuits.
she claiming she got. But anyway,
Oh, God.
she told Shannon, you have to pay me $25,000 for each one of my cheeks. $25K for the left cheek.
That's prostitution.
$25K for the right cheek. Here's the problem with that, Art.
That's prostitution.
If he only needed to pay you 50 grand for your flat cheeks, 50K, how did you end up at 50 million? Art, she said
The lawyers told her.
25K for each cheek. That's only 50 grand. So how did we go from 0 to
The
100
lawyers, the elites.
in a couple weeks?
Now they're
You
involved.
just wanted 50 grand.
They know how to take this
But
boy
your
down.
lawyer, Tony Busby, wants 50 million. Here's why I believe the power structure might be involved, Art.
They are.
You are not going to convince me that a 19-year-old OnlyFans model, I don't care if she black, white, brown, yellow, or red, you are not going to convince me that if you offer a 19-year-old OnlyFans model who sells videos of her body for cash apps on the regular, she sells videos and pictures of her body on the internet for cash apps, and she gets offered $10 million to walk away when she only asks for 50 grand. Think about this, Art. She only asks for 50 grand. Shannon Sharpe says, I'm going to give you 10 million to walk away. And she says no. Art, do you know of anybody on OnlyFans? Do you know of any 19-year-old teenager who, if offered 10 million
They're gonna
to
say
shut
no?
up and go away, when they only wanted 50 grand, do you know of any 19-year-old girl who is not going to take the 10 million?
Hell no.
Anybody taking 10 million?
10 million. Like I said, most people, look, if you make, let's do the calculation here. If you make the average salary, which is around £30,000 a year in England, but let's say 35,000. Okay, a year, and then you worked from, let's say, 25 to 65. So that's 35, 45, 55, 55. That's 40 years. Let's do 45 because nowadays the retirement age is going up quite a bit. So let's do times 45 here. You're going to make 1.57 million over your entire lifetime. Now you get rid of taxes, you're looking at between $1 million to 1.2 million. That's what you're going to make over the entire course of your lifetime. The average person, okay? Some people make way less than that. And this woman's being offered 10 million on the spot to walk away. Now she might pay lawyer fees, maybe 1 or 2 million, and other fees and tax and stuff. So let's say she walks away with $5 million net. Wow. By the age of 20, she's already made it in terms of money. She ain't made it in other places. She ain't made it in overall in life. No. Because no man of honor and a real man would never marry her. And she'll never have a great family. But in terms of money, she would have won the game by 19 years old. 5 million net in your pocket by 19. I couldn't even imagine it. There is no 19-year-old girl on the planet that would ever say no to that. It's because she has competent lawyers telling her no, because there's a bigger prize, 50 million. And if you're already devoid of ethics and morals, you may as well take the money, right? And 50 million is a hell of a lot of money for doing almost nothing.
Thank you. You on OnlyFans. You making money by selling your body, so you clearly not doing too well in these streets. You get offered $10 million and you turn it down?
Hell no.
I believe the
Not on your own accord.
NFL power structure,
Yep.
or maybe the white media power structure, or maybe the white podcast power structure. Somebody was jealous of Shannon Sharpe's upcoming $100 million contract.
$100 million contract. And once you get offered those kind of opportunities, do not risk it. And I know it's so hard because you're going to have all these women coming your way, all these opportunities. Don't risk it, man. $100 million. I work so hard. If I was even offered $1 million contract right now, I would be over the moon. Just $1 million.